Alright, there we go. That is way better. Let me turn my voice down so I'm not blaring everyone. Alright, there we go. That is way better. Let me turn my voice down so I'm not blaring everyone. Alright. For those who may be watching at the current moment, my apologies for taking so long to get this all set up. This is the first time that I've done one of these before, as far as being able to record desktop and audio, so I at least know that my mic is recording. So I'm also on Discord at the current moment, in the United Stellar Navy chat room, the general chat, for those that want to pop on and ask questions. I also have a side chat bar for YouTube up for those that may want to ask questions. I'll try to swivel over every once in a while. I guess I'll stay in lobby for now for anyone that wants to type. Actually, take that back. I'll be in hashtag random. No, I won't. So I'll be in lobby for anyone that wants to ping me. This video is going to be on how to use Dell ED and for Artemis Bridge Simulator game. Current version is 2.7.5 is what we're working on. This will hopefully give you a good idea of how you can manipulate a ship and skin a ship. Artemis has a few things that it looks for when going through the files of pulling up a ship, and that's what I'll show you how to manipulate and change. One of the ships I'll show an early version of for the Eastern Front mod, because tonight I'm going to attempt to finalize the skin on that, so I'll show you all the things that I do for that. Without further ado, I'll switch over to my desktop so everyone can see what I'm working with. So the first big thing you're going to want is Dell ED. Let me go to internet real quick. Look up Dell ED download. Alright, so for those... For those who would like to know, Dell ED can be found on SourceForge. That's where at least I downloaded my version of it. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, it's just right there, download. I'll pop the link in chat, in the YouTube chat at least. That is the link for Dell ED, which is this program right here. Now, Dell ED allows you to look at a DSX, which is what Artemis uses for your 3D modeling. For the purpose of just getting you set up, I'll show you the basics. When using it, you're going to have, your screen may look different when you first come up. I think, let's see. Yeah, no, I've set mine to show up in the 3D mode. You'll probably have 4 different windows. Oh, here we go. There it goes. It still won't do it. How did I do this last? Well, I think I've maximized this screen. So yeah, you'll have 4 different windows. They'll kind of look like this. There they are. There's the other ones. And then you'll have all of these. I typically like to bounce around. I don't like having them all in there, but that's kind of up to user preference on what you like. If you want to have your X and Z, X and Y, and Z and Y up, and I'll show you what that looks like a little bit later on. Me personally, I like to have each individual screen separate. So first, I guess to make things easy, we'll be doing this to modify ships in Artemis. And I guess I'll stick with what I got so far. So in Artemis, just navigate to where you have your game. All of your DXS in the standard game are going to be under the DAT folder. Just look for DXS. You have your Pirate, Strongbow, Artemis DXS. Essentially, to get to these, you can either do a drag and drop, or for those who don't like to do drag and drop, you can go File, Open. No, because I'm not using that. We'll go to the EF mod because I haven't gone too far into this, and we'll just open up one. DAT folder, let us open up, let's see what this one is. Okay, here we go. So the standard Artemis cruiser. Now what you'll notice is you just have a grayscale right now because you don't have a skin. I guess I can show you real quick the hotkeys I'll be using so you can kind of get your feel for how to move the LED a little easier. Your right mouse will be for your look. Your left mouse will be for performing actions. And of course, my mouse is glitching. It likes to double click real quick, so just ignore those like that. LED uses 3 different keys. So if you're holding your right click, you're just swiveling. While holding right, if you hold control, you can now move up and down, left and right. And then if you let go of control and hold shift, you now can move in and out. So to be able to manipulate, I'm kind of going back and forth, as you can see here, between my keys to manipulate where I want to look. It's very handy to try to get used to these, and it takes me forever to try to get it right. So don't be surprised or get frustrated at first if you keep trying to move your screen and you don't succeed. The other major important things for LED, so across here you have your toolbar on your right, another toolbar, and on the left will be your scenes. When pulling in from Artemis, you just have Light Cruiser. If you were to pull in from the Artemis Ship Creator, you would actually get to see each individual object that was created. Like I said, when you're pulling in from Artemis, it just clumps as one entire thing. There is a way to manipulate these, and I'll show you that in a bit. So you don't have to stick to, I guess I should probably show you what it looks like if you pull in a different. So what I'm going to pull in is a concept that was given to me from Artemis Shipyard. Now, Artemis Shipyard takes a whole bunch of random polygons and just mashes them together to attempt to create a ship. This one was made by Pirate Lord. He sent it to me to see what I was thinking about it and how easy it'd be to work with. Sometimes it gives you things that are easy to work with. Sometimes it gives you things that are crazy, but you can see here it just randomly grabbed shapes and tossed them together. And you can see when you click on them, these are the different meshes that it threw in there. And so you could actually manipulate each individual one if you were to get it from the Artemis Shipyard, which when trying to build your own ship makes it a little bit easier. But again, it doesn't really give you that nice clean, crisp look from one of the ships that are already generated in Artemis. And then of course, I think I'll pull it. Yeah, I'll pull one. Let's see, game, Artemis. That we'll go to the same Artemis, the first one, just to make life easy on everyone. There are ways that you can. Oh, come on, there we go. There are ways that you can add to an existing ship. For example, let's say we wanted to create, I don't know, let's call it a warp field around this, or what have you. You can see here the X you're looking from up top, Y you're looking from in front, Z you're looking from the sides. Let's go from the front. If you come over here to your other toolbar, you have your vortex mode, edge mode, polygon mode, face mode, object mode, and skeleton mode. For this, we want to go to an object mode because we're going to be creating an object. I want to put a warp bubble or something, I don't know, we'll call it whatever we want, around the ship. So I'm going to select, I'm going to drag I'm going to move that object. You have to make sure, it's very important that when you want to move something in your grid here, you want to make sure it's selected. I made the mistake of doing that and got frustrated. So with once you've put your object on here, if you go back to 3D mode, now you can see what you've been doing to it. So from 3D mode, if you select your object and you select move, you can bring it up, bring it forward, whatever you want to do. Create a warp field, something or rather sci-fi thing here. There you go. That looks convincing, right? But the purpose behind this is that you can add to existing models that already are there. So if you are good at if you're good at creating things visually, this is the easiest way to add to what you already have. There also is, if you go to your light cruiser here and go to your vortex mode, these are each individual connection point to each individual each individual point. By doing this, you can actually, let's go around to the back of the ship. And I know my technical terms are nowhere up to par, so those who actually know the technical terms, forgive me. But let's say, all right, we like this fin, but we want to make it more race car. Everyone likes race car, right? You would hold shift, ooh, I hit the wrong button, hold shift and control. And either click and drag, but I found sometimes when you click and drag, you may, like for example, accidentally get stuff that you don't want. So instead of, oh, you got to hold shift, by the way, to select one individual point. But if you want to select multiple points, shift, control, left click on the points in which you want to control. So for example, I'm going to take this whole rim right here. Give me a second to surgically select each individual little spot here so I don't get the ones I don't want. There we go. All right, let's back out. Let's go on top. And now we got a race car fin. Oop. Well, kind of. An extra shield, if you will. That's how you would manipulate each individual point, by selecting their connection points, either single or multiple. And you can stretch, bend, move, however you would like. Let's say, for example, you don't like this at all. You can just hit delete, and there you go. Skirt's gone. So this is how you can manipulate ships that are already in Artemis, is find the points that are connecting, select, and either delete, stretch, move, whatever you would like. At this point, I'll show you some things to make your life a little easier. Control Z, just like anything, undoes, but Control R gets it back. So Control Z and Control R. Those are very important. I have learned that the hard way. Also, as any programmer or graphic arts designer will tell you, save and save often. When you're working on a project, you could do something, for example, and I did it. That's why I'm going to give you the advice now. Let's say, I don't want the fin, so I'm going to select the entire fin, and I'm going to delete it. Well, there goes the whole chunk of the ship. So save and do it often. That way, if you make a mistake, you can just revert. So that's how you would manipulate an object. Now, skinning is a little bit more complicated. Not horribly, but it is. I'll show you a brief tutorial on how I'm going to be doing it, and then eventually I'll be muting my microphone and the rest, unless on Discord or in chat. Oh, speaking of which, I just looked and I see that there are chats. Out of curiosity, does your right cursor model have starboard engine? Is that light cruiser model have the shroud missing on the starboard engine, or did EF fix that? So, all right, I'm looking on the YouTube chat. When you're talking about the cruiser, are you talking about what's in front of me now? My apologies. I just looked over to the other screen to read chats. I should probably peek over on this screen a little bit more often. All right, so current shield, and I also am trying to forget, or I am forgetting too that there is probably about a 5 to 10 second delay when YouTube casting. So port side, that would be my left side shield. Um, the shield, are you talking about right here? This is the normal Artemis battleship. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Open, no, Artemis, open. Let's open up a fresh one here. And let's take a look. This is one that I haven't messed with, so this is fresh. Yeah, it's fresh. It doesn't have the skirt right over here, if that's what you were talking about. Oh, looky there. Well, you have found an Artemis bug, one of many. I now see what you're talking about, and no, I have not edited this. This is straight from the Artemis game. Or at least from the version that I have, unless the version I have, for some reason, someone did toy with it. Um, yeah, you may have found an Artemis glitch. I honestly have never seen that. This is the first time toying with this, so yeah, you got way better eyes than I do because I did not see that. Um, yeah, no, I didn't mess with that. So that's just something that was in the game. Um,
Hey,
hey, for the swarm. Are you viewing the YouTube chat?
no, I was wondering why you're alone in this channel.
All right, sorry about that, guys. I actually have someone in Discord asking me a question real quick. Um, so give me 2 seconds here. All right, my apologies. Um, so yeah, good catch. Now you've got me curious on a whole bunch of other models. I'm probably going to have to go through and take a look. That's the first time. All right, so without getting too far sidetracked, um, the next thing I'll be showing is how to skin a model. The first thing, easiest way to show is inside of Dell ED. This right here, the material editor. When you click this, these are all preloaded. Now I'll show you how to add your own custom skin in here so that you can have it for selection. But for the current moment, I'll show you what I'm working with. Like I said, eventually I am going to backtrack and skin one of the new Artemis ships that I've been playing with. Now it is one of the pirate ships, but I've just modified it to make it a new ship. And you'll get to see the first hand of that, and you'll actually get to see me personally skin it, how it will show up in the game. But for, like I said, just for practicing, I'll show you what you can do with what you have so far. Um, so Deli D comes with these already in. I like to use, I think it's under various when I'm playing around just to kind of check out, looks. I like to go to various, door one, and drag it. These are already your selected ones that you have. System, floors, nature, roof, walls, so on and so forth. When you go into the skinning, you'll see that. But we'll just put it under, I guess, walls, and we'll put the door here. Click, drag, let go, and then just say OK. When you go to materials, now when you go to walls, or where did I put it? Oh. It drug these in. That's actually new, and I did not know it would do that. Okay, I'm learning something new right now because those weren't in there. It pulled it on its own. Anywho, where did I put this? Sidetracked myself and totally forgot what I was doing. Walls. Door 1 is where I put it. So, walls, door 1. So, from here, you go to your create editor. Make sure you click on face mode. Click on your canvas you're using. Control Alt to, click on what you want to do. Control Alt to grab all of the faces. Materials. I'm using door 1 because it's got this nice little metallic look, and I'll show you how to edit it in a second. And then when you click back on create edit, I just normally click anywhere, and there's your skin. Now it looks like a hodgepodge of mess, but that's fine because we can correct this. So what you want to do is go back to your face mode, go to UV. All of this here, actually, let's go to 3D. Control All, so now we have all of them corrected. This is what it's doing. It's all over the place. You'll get to see, like I said, when I finally get to skin the new Eastern Front mod, you'll see how I line it up. But this is the canvas you have. Essentially, you would line up the canvas with various images that you would like to skin in different parts. And I'll show you how you can select all those different parts. For now, what I'm going to do is scale this. I'm going to click and drag in, then down. Oh, no, I'm not. Drag up. I forgot it's inverted here. And let's try to get it on a nice piece of metal. All right, now I'm going to go to move. I'm going to drag it. Let's put it kind of in the middle of the X. We may have some grooves, but that's fine. And now when you go back to your 3D model, let's click off. Now you can see it's selecting that part that I've set it in. Now the best part about this being able to move your sections is, hold on, I got to re-angle myself here. Let's go to the aft of the engine. Now, if you go to, make sure you're selected in face, hold shift, and select the, shift and control, I'm sorry. Select the areas that you would like. Now, because I've already played with this, I know that all of these circles are in the same spot. But if you wanted to go, all right, let's make sure that all of these are in the same spot, you could select, let's just select these here. You don't even really have to select them all. When you go to the UV, they'll highlight. They're really small, but if you zoom in, there it is. This section right here are those tailpipes. And the only reason I know this is because I've played around with it. Again, if you weren't convinced of where they were, you could highlight, and anything that you highlight in your 3D will highlight red inside of here. And actually, it's just these, which is interesting. Shift. Well, let's do shift control, and I'm going to select these. Now, if I go to 3D, yep, all of my circles should be highlighted. So just for quick reference, I'm going to hold control shift. I'm going to highlight this whole circle here. Excuse me, I said hold circle. There we go. And when you go to 3D, there's the inner parts of the engine. It will show you what you are highlighting on your UV, your map essentially. So all I want is, oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's not move that right now because I just want this. There we go. So, yep, the outer rings. Now, this is where it gets fun. Well, tedious more than fun. So once you've had them, let's move them. Let's scale them. Bring them up. Nope. Down. Down. And out a little bit. Make them... Is it out or is it in? I can't remember. This thing drives me insane. Come on. Mouse, work with me. Oh, by the way, I'm using my mouse wheel to scroll in and out, and I'm using my left click to move around. So let's zoom in. Let's go back. Make sure you're on scale. Alright, let's widen it. Widen them, make them a tad bit bigger. There we go. Now let's go ahead and rotate them. About there. Scale it again. Move them about there. Let's say, let's try to put it in the middle. I know that's not going to be perfectly in the middle. You can kind of see where my brain's going with this one. Let's work with that. Now when you go to your 3D model, now we have the hazards around the bell housing. So this is how you would be able to, sorry, zoomed too far in. This is how you would be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Tell each individual area what its skin is going to look like. For example, come on, man, I've been playing with this for so long and I still can't get used to the moving it. Okay, here we go. For example, if we go to face and let's select these guys here. Wrong button. There we go. UV. There's the area. Let's move it. Now, obviously, you wouldn't want it to be... you know what? Let's put it in yellow. Let's make the windows a tad bit yellow. Oh, man. Oh, this mouse is driving me insane. Here we go. Let's try to keep it in the yellow. Now when I click off, there you go. Best part about this is, for example, this is probably going to look ugly, but I'm going to attempt it. Let's dress the front of the hull here. Come on. Let's grab this upper part too. Yeah, let's do that. All right, where's all this? Let's go ahead and move. I said move this up. I wonder what just this is. Alright, we're going to work with that. Just because this is an example. And I'm probably spending a little too much time on an example. The other resource I'm going to be using too is going to be GIMP. It's a free open source. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk and do things at the same time. My poor brain. It's, move. Let's try to get that in there like that. And when you go to 3D, there's your image. So this is just an example. So this is how you would be able to skin. Again, this is not something I'm going to save, but you would be able to select your skins, place whatever you would like, wherever you would like, on the ship to be able to change its appearances. Also, with Artemis, there's typically 3 different files that go into the ship itself. Um, let's go back in. Here we go. So you have your DXS, which is essentially your 3D model. Um, your glow. This is the part. Let's open it up by photos. That's a horrible example. Let me go to the pirates. Make it a little easier here. Pirate DXS. Oh, I've got it by type, not by name. So let's go back to name. Let's go to pirate. All right. So pirate bulky. This is the skin for the pirate. Trying to figure out which one this one was. I think it's the longbow. I probably am wrong about that, but I believe this is the longbow. So what the detail is. Now, when you pull the longbow up in DXS, unless you have these files loaded, it will not be able to map the ship exactly how you see it in the game. If these files are loaded with the exact same name, it will be able to pull these files into the DXS and show you what it looks like per how it's coded. But this is essentially your detail, your glow. These are your engines. These are actually what, and I'm not going to take too many assumptions or guesses, but what I believe these are doing is I believe these are where, like for your window glow and your engine glow, this is what is getting pulled, these images. These would be obviously on windows or engines. So when mapping it, I'm going to try to do it a little different. I'm still going to have my 3 different images, but I'm going to use GIMP and try to create it all under one and then change it around, and I'll show you what I mean in a bit. And then you're going to have your specular. This is just your, I guess, really gray and white, maybe the dull version of it when the light's not hitting it. Specular. I'm saying that wrong. I know I am. But anywho, I'll give it a second for those that would have any questions. Like I said, I know my YouTube video is about a 5-second delay behind. So actually, you know what? I'll put it in chat right now so that way you can see. I'll do any QUESTIONS. There you go. Okay. Um, so now I guess what I'll do is just start skinning the new ship um, from the Eastern Front mod. So let's see. Like I said, the 2 main resources I'm going to be using is DELED and GIMP, which I need to pull GIMP up now. I do love that door, but I think I may try to use different. I don't know. I'm gonna play around. Oh, before I forget though, um, for those that were wondering, if you want to pull an image into DELED to have it to be able to skin, let me do that real quick. I don't know why I closed that. What you would want to do, well, actually, first, you want to make sure that you don't have DELED open because it won't pull if it's open. DELED is embedded into your C program X DELED. Where is it? There it is. Textures, and here are your subfolders, your walls, your roofs. These are where all of those textures are found. Notice they're all JPEG. They have to be JPEG going in. Now, I'm going to actually, let me real quick play for 2 seconds because this is something I don't have the answer to at the current moment. and you guys are going to get to see if it works. Let's go to EF mod game Artemis stat. Let's go to that pirate one here. Where is the pirate one? Pirate. Let's do glow. That is a PNG though, so let's copy that here. It may hate me, but I'm gonna try it anyways. And my brain's blinking too. JPG, rename. This may not work, but I'm gonna try it anyways. Yes, I'm sure. Yes. Alright, so this is under roofs. Now that it's actually in roofs, reopen your LED. Floors. Where's roofs? Roofs. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. So, go back to it again. C, x86, LED, textures. What I put it in? Roof. Where is roof? Get rid of this. Minimize that. Copy it again here. Minimize GIMP. Image bulky. What? Import color from color profile. Bulky glow 1 PNG 1 and why not convert? File. Export as not a PNG. No. On a JPEG. Here we are. JPEG. And let's put it on my desktop. And we'll keep it Pirate Grow export. Yes, export. Let's see. That one should be the JPEG. There it is. Let's go back to roofs and move here. Continue. Oh, that's right. I gotta exit it because it will not pull it directly in. Oh, PNG will work as well. I did not know that. I thought they all had to be JPEG. Well, I've gone through all that trouble, so. Roofs. There it is. Let's put it in system. Okay. So there you go. Of course, obviously, I would need something to skin it to. No. Let's go back to the first one that I had there. Dat. Artemis, open. Yes. Go back to your faces. Actually, you know what? We're not even going to skin every... Oh, come on, mouse. All I want to do is move things. So like I was saying earlier, if you go to Heal, Light Cruiser, let's select your innards. I'm almost 100% positive that these are all in the same area, like that. Then you can go to your materials, system. Oh. Why did it not show up? It should have showed up there, but it didn't. There it goes. UV, take that. Boop. And there you go. Although I didn't grab these in here. That's interesting. Why did it do that? Because I'm pretty positive I had all of that selected. Apparently I did not. Materials. Boop. move it there. Now it should be nice and neat. There we go. So that's how you would import a file, be able to skin. Yes, you can skin with multiples, but in keeping with the way that Artemis is already created, I'm going to just have 3 different files, just like Artemis does, but I'm going to blend everything together. But yes, that I mean, essentially you could, let's say this. No, not that. Come on. Face. And let's just say this. You could essentially, oh, my computer doesn't like me. There we go. Materials, and just do like, and materials, and, oh, actually, I did. My computer's really not liking me right now. There we go. Or it could be my mouse freaking out. And you could essentially have different, oh, that's actually kind of cool looking. You could actually have different layers. When you go to UV, there's all your different layers. You just select, what sections you're looking at. Or materials, I guess you could say. But, anywho. Nope. Alright, so one thing, which that does remind me, I need to open my notes so I can remember this. So I have horrible memory. One thing I noticed was all of the Artemis JPEGs or PNGs were in pixels. When I pulled them up in Paint, it was 1024 by 1024. So first thing I'm going to do is actually go back into... oh man, my brain is having hiccups here. Back into the LED. Back into the textures. I believe it was... Was it roofs? No, it wasn't roofs, which I can get rid of this too, by the way. Back. I believe it was in floors. I liked one of these. Kind of had a nice little metallic look to it. Yeah, I can work with that. I'm going to copy this here. I know I'm all over I'm scatterbrain here. The image I will be working with... Hold on, I don't want to give too much away, so give me a second. I'm pulling that off the screen real quick so I can make sure that I'm looking at the right thing. It's not that one. File, open. No. Is that one? It's that one. This is the one I'll be working with. So essentially what we did is we grabbed the longbow, got rid of the skull. So the skull is null-existent now. Kept the spikes to keep true to the pirate design. There we go. Lengthened it. So it's a little bit longer now. Added the tail to pull it out just a tad bit. And then also made these arrow tips fins off to the side here. What I'm going to be doing for today is I'm going to be skinning this whole thing. And I'm also going to be putting the Eastern Front logo on the front. The cap, First Division logo, on the front hull here. And then I'll also be redesigning the way everything looks, giving it the glow file, all of that wonderful stuff. But this is what I'll be working with. Which also reminds me, that's the wrong one, GIMP. I want to grab the door, which is, let's see, also going to be under, I believe it was various. Yes, there it is. And copy it. Um, actually, I'll just try to work with this. So first thing first, only because I know how to do this easy. Um, Resize by pixels the 1024 by 1024. Doop. Save. Now I'll bring it into GIMP. File. New. No. Oh, there we go. Exit. Bring it in here. Alright, there's my working with. Let's go ahead, get rid of this section. I don't want any of that either. And again, you know what? Let me move this chat channel a little bit closer so if someone chats, I can see it a little better. There we go. Alright, it's a little bit to my left, so hopefully I'll catch it if someone asks a question. And I'm sorry I don't have music and stuff, but with the whole copyright crud, I just don't feel like getting in trouble with anything. Oop, that's so not what I wanted. Nope, not what I wanted either. Brush. Here it is. There, I think it's. This is more or less. No, that's not what I want. I'm also trying to balance what background noise is there too, trying to spare everyone from the wrath of my kids playing. No, that's not really how I wanted that to look. You know, this really doesn't have a nice paintbrush on it. Well, it's not like that's that big of a deal anyways. I haven't really played a lot. Layer, cap. Kind of like that. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. So currently what I'm attempting to do in GIMP is resize this, which for some reason it's not letting me resize. This should be the resize tool. And nope, that's just my vision. Not what I was looking for. I have not used GIMP in its extent. I have the general concept of what I would like to do. I'm trying to figure out how I can tell this to resize itself. Or adjust it. I figured I'd be able to just grab it and adjust it here, but it's not letting me adjust. And I don't know why. This one's letting me do it, right? No, that's my move tool. So that'd probably be why. So now I gotta figure out how to adjust. Or resize. I know it's something simple and stupid that I am not seeing. You'd think the crop tool would be it. That's not it. No. All right. Give me 2 seconds. Yep. Select all. Unless I can go down here, maybe. Unless it's something else that I'm not seeing. Yeah. Select tool. Select all. And if I try to move it, let me resize the box essentially. Well, actually, what does that do? Nope. Alright, real quick, let me give me 2 seconds. I'm doing with GIMP, go to File, open. A scale image dialog will appear in the picture below image. How to, let's try say manual. Image scale. Alright, so let's image. So, wow, right there. Scale, enter the image, new size. Okay. Let's do by percentage maybe. There we go. Link these two. Oh, nope, link them together. Let's try that. Let's go 50%. Scale. That was the whole image. Dadgummit. Oh, actually, it was under image. Image. Scale using guides. Oh man, that's really going to drive me insane. So why don't I lock that so I can't mess with it anymore. Image. Scale image, crop to content slice. Let's try the scaling image again and do width, height, percentage by 50. Okay, I'm doing nothing but messing this up. I'm doing the entire thing too. So what do I do? 50, so it needs to be 200% to go back to where I was. Scale image, actually, let's go to pixel. Nope, pixels, thank you. 10, what did I say, 25, 24, what was it? 10, 24. 10 by, yep, scale it. Thank you. Oh, but it made the whole image blurry. Alright. Let's try this again without just making too much of a mess. Bring that in. Alright. New layer. Nope, that's not what I wanted. you. Oh, that's right. I didn't have to do that. I could go to put that on top. Remove or delete layer. Lock background. Go to this guy. Crop and scale. There it is. I knew it was something interesting. Nope, that's paint. It's not a figure. It looks like a crop tool and resize tool. GIMP tools. It really looked like that. Crop tool. Use this tool, click on the inside of the image, drag out rectangular. Yeah, it should be this is what it should be. And then you grab here. You should be able to grab but I'm not understanding why it's not allowing me to change its size. Alright, I'm having a tad bit of difficulty here. I guess, well, I don't want to have to do each individual thing different. I know that there's got to be a way to let me do some more digging online to scale a layer in GIMP. Okay. Click on link, click on layer, and it said scale would be in layer. Scale layer. By percentage, we'll do 50%. Let's see if it scales the way I want it to. There we go. Okay. Now we're in business. Wow, that's so much more difficult than it really needs to be. Like, way more difficult than it needs to be. So, what I'm going to do... Let's try to take that. This isn't going to look pretty, but you know what? It's going to have to work. I am, if you haven't been able to tell, am not an artist. Shh. What I'm essentially going to try to do is get rid... Oh, that's why. Alright, let's unlink that. Oh, I'm doing it in the wrong layer. There we go. Let's get rid of this this section here. Alright, let's go back to this layer, and then let's move it on top of this. That's where the hull's going to be. Now, I am going to take a section, seeing that we're going to be using this section. I don't really need any of this. So first we're going to delete this section here. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Let's delete this section. Thank you. We're going to make that section become black because we don't need that one. That's red, isn't it? Nope, that's black. Cool. Alright. I'm going to leave this so that I can do my hazards. I'm now going to do an add. Oh man, I went to new layer. Actually, I'm gonna undo something real quick. There we go. Trying to remember how to do this. Alright, select the layer I want to be transparent. So let's back up one more. Back up. Come on, back up. There we go. Select the layer I want. This. I don't want it to be white. I want it to be... I want to add alpha. I know I've done this before. This part is obviously going to be the most grinding. I mean, essentially what I'm doing is I'm creating my skin, if you will, for that ship. Each individual layer is going to have its own section where the engines will glow, the windows will be glowing, there'll be different parts of the ship that will have different glow points, plus I want different parts to look different, like, you know, we'll use the rustic on the left-hand side over here, and then some ship parts of the ship will just be flat gray. I like this X because it kind of adds divots almost to the ship. And then I also left these in here too to kind of give off different dimensions. Right now what I'm essentially trying to do is I'm trying to make this right here clear, essentially adding alpha. Let's see. Once I make this see-through, I'm going to add another layer behind it that will be not only for aesthetics but also for glow. I'm going to be saving by making it viewable and not viewable, saving it in the 3 different forms that it needs: the specular, the glow, and the diffuse. So that's essentially what I'm doing right now for those that are kind of wondering, okay, what is he trying to do? Obviously, I am not a graphic arts designer, so this part is like watching paint dry. And this part, I apologize how horrible I am at this. Alright, let's try that. That didn't work. if there's any questions or anything, um, I'm still on Discord, and I'm trying to glance over at the chat. If at any point in time, let's see, it's 8:30, almost my time now. I'll probably be hopping off at 9 my time. If there's any questions on what I've already done, or if I could show something again, whether it's DSX or in GIMP, feel free to either snag me on Discord or in the chat box, and I'll try to review anything. Or if you have any more questions about um, stuff that you saw me do that you didn't really, I didn't either explain thoroughly or you didn't really understand, I don't mind going back over it again. Like I said, this part's pretty much watching paint dry because I'm trying to figure out how to. Let's see, delete a layer to make it. Select the area you want to make transparent. Layer transparency. Okay, so it's telling me the same thing. Select the area you want to make transparent. This is what I want transparent. Go to layer, transparency. Click editor, click clear. Editor, hook, clear. Oh, well, would you look at that? That was a lot easier than I thought it was. Okay, now we're in business. New layer, glow. Okay. Now with glow, let's hide all these guys. Let's also lock them so I don't actually mess them up. Now, how do you layer transparency? Remove alpha channel. Bam! Look at that. Getting the hang of it now. So now that I have that, let's go ahead and make black as its primary background. Oh, because I have that selected. Select all. There we go. Cool. Glow is going to be in the back, though. Alright. Now that these are locked, all I'm playing with is glow. Let's go ahead and make an object. Maybe. This is definitely not like paint. This is a little bit more in depth, huh? Interesting. Hold down. That's not a circle. Eclipse tool from Eclipse tool. Select the Eclipse tool. Tools. Eclipse tool. Draw an eclipse, circle where you want it on your image. Hold shift. And fill with blue. Oh, look at that. There you go. That's the whole image, not what I want. Undo. It's going to move the whole image, isn't it? That's fine. I just got to remember to. So let's see. We'll do blue engines. Let's see. Tools, selection tools. Let's do another eclipse. Let's do yellow. Right now, pretty much what I'm doing is just creating effects. I'm thinking these will be more like the windows here. That's actually kind of nice. Let's also do one more eclipse. Make it red. Alright, I think it's about time to start skinning her up. Alright, file. Save as. Alright. Glow is just that image. Specular, and then diffuse is the full image. So well, I guess first we can go actually, before I do anything, these are saved as PNG files. All of them are visible. I'll lock all of them. Export. Where's my export? Export as. PNG. But I'm going to not name it pirate. Gunboat diffuse. Alright. Second one to do will be just the glow. File. Save as. Gunboat. Oop, nope. Cancel. File. Export as. Not diffuse, but glow. Just make sure that's what I have. Good. And then the third, but not last, will be, now this is how to change the contrast Yep. Let's see how to change brightness. That'll work. Colors, brightness, contrast. There we go. Alright, so let's unlock. Start with the pirate. Colors. Color. No. Colors. Let's select all of them. Is there a way to select all of them? How do you select all of them? Do you click and drag? I guess you don't. Well, she. Okay. Colors. Oop. Why is that one not allowing me to change its color? There we go. Brightness and contrast. Let's do contrast negative 50 maybe. I mean, it's really gray, so it's not like it's going to do much. That becomes invisible. Also colors. I mean, the whole thing's pretty much gray. Brightness and contrast. Contrast is going to be negative 50. Yeah, there we go. That's what I want to do. Procedure. That doesn't. I want you to. There we go. Select image mode, grayscale. Alright. Image mode, grayscale. There we go. This is what I want. Image mode, grayscale. Oh, everything did go grayscale. Cool. And what is this named? This one. File.
Oh, you're muted.
Export as. Export. Alright, now I have my image that I want. Minimize. Now we go to actually putting it on the body. So I need to kill this. Yes. Now, the one thing that I've noticed is when you used LED, where you tell it to locate on the image, if you have the image, the same image, so you want the pixels to be the same, 1024 by 1024 on all of them. You want the image to have your, glow for your image, your everything to be in the exact same location. As you saw, what I pretty much did is I kept everything in the same location. For glow, I made everything black. I noticed on the other ones in Artemis for the glow files, they did that, so I'm just going to stick with what it is. But what's happening is it's going to call that location. So when you convert this DXS and you skin it, where you're putting your UV is what it's going to call for that image. So where you place it, that's how it's going to map itself. So obviously, I'm going to just use the diffuse, but I've obviously left everything where it's supposed to be. So when the glow and the specular kick in, it's in the same location, no matter which image it is. Um, so, and you want to make sure, I believe, you want to make sure the name is the same well, the same as what you skin it to and what you have in the Artemis folder. But we'll get to that in a second. Anywho, so now I've got to import this into, and you know what? I'll put it right here. We will copy. Yes, I'm administrator. Copy. Thank you. I'm going to move these into my EF folder so that I skins. There we go. So that I do not lose them. Hello. Um, I'm telling you, this mouse is driving me insane. No, I'm not double clicking on my right. There we go. Move. All right. So why is that there? Shortcut. Oh, because my mouse decided to go nuts. I created apparently a whole bunch of shortcuts. And before I destroy anything, let me make sure that I have stuff backed up. Good, and resources is the pirate skull. Good, pirate skull's still there. Alright, so gunboat is now in various. So here's what I'm going to do. Now that it's loaded, I'm going to load in LED. I'm going to load in my ship that I'm using. First thing first, I need to go to my skins. I guess I'll put it on. We'll get rid of this in system, and I'll put. What did I put it? Various. There it is. Various. Gunbait diffuse. Come on. In systems. Okay. Now when we go to materials in system, there's gunboat. So face, select all. Oh, image, select all. Materials, gunboats. Now to correct this hodgepodge of a mess, because it definitely looks like a really hot mess right now. So let's go back. Mouse, you're driving me insane. Let's go back to face, select my image, select all, go to the UV mapping, scale this to where I want it to be. Not bigger, smaller would be perfect. Thank you. Move it to the center, rescale up over a tad bit. Go back to my 3D image, and now just start playing. This is where the tedious fun stuff comes into play. Face. Uh-huh. had that annoying. You know what I can do? I can just do this. Scale. Actually, oh shoot. First, let's move this here. We'll rotate off of that. We'll scale off of that. And then sorry, I got distracted there and I kind of messed up. So I have to reselect where I was. I don't know if anyone else is watching or if I lost people on the GIMP section. If people are still watching, God love you. And I'm sorry I had to learn a little bit there. But hopefully this is giving you a good general idea of how to make things in Artemis look pretty cool. And again, if anyone has any questions, feel free to poke me in the chat box, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. Why don't we make this red? Red sounds about right. Let's scale so I can see it when I'm looking for it. And in a second, you'll get to see the text that I'm going to be doing too. Oh, I forgot about these. I'm trying to figure out what block I want to use. I guess it's just going to have one big hunk in the middle missing. All right, this one. Oh, crud. to select every single one of them, aren't I? Something tells me I am. Yep. Oh, fun. Oh, this is gonna suck. Alright. I'm literally gonna have to select each individual one because they're crammed in like that. I can't pinpoint where I'm supposed to be going, so... Interesting. These blocks are not symmetrical. Oh, that's going to be something to pick out. Let's see, rotate. Well, let's hope that let's hope all these are close by. Shoot, they're not. Okay. So I gotta go do each one of these two. That stinks. And I missed one on the right too. Oh, okay. Give me a second here. Let me get to that point. Let's put it right about here. I'm probably going to have to do some serious blending to make this look nice, but let's put it right about... let's put it there. The blending part's going to be the fun part. Alright, I want to grab the whole thing, which is there. So let's now try to symmetrically put it on this hole. The crease is my middle that I'm aiming for, so let's go down the nose. And then let's give it a little bit of a rotate so that I can maybe try to line everything up. How's that look?
Uh-huh.
Not you, son. You're not looking at my screen.
What? Okay, whatever.
Let me get rid of my selection. I'm going to have to do some blending on this front hull. Let's do, let's try to figure out where these are here. Oh, it helps if I select. Oh, that works too. So these are in this section here. So let's do this. Why don't we grab... Well, all right. These guys are in the direct line of this. So let's go ahead, grab these, and let's move them off of that white line. Let's put them... I'm going to rotate them in case I need them again so I can get to them easier. But let's put them off about there. Now let's see what the hull looks like. All right, so now we want... Let's do... It also could be the lighting. Oh, you know what? Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's grab this, 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 this. See where they are. Try to get them together. And then let's find a new home to try to make it a little better. Ooh, you know what? Oh, dadgummit mouse. Let's put them in the... Ooh, I wonder if I put them in the words, if that will kind of lighten... Yeah. Let's stretch it to kind of give it a little bit more blending in. So stretch it... Let's bring it like this. See what it looks like. I may have to go back a little bit. I mean, it doesn't look half shabby. But I don't like how it's just that one section, so I may wind up grabbing this whole section here and just trying to blend it in as best as I can. Now for the other fun part, I did say that I was going to come in and do these. So, oh, come on. Come on. There we go. So I'm just going to grab a few places. Also rotate because I know the other side is facing the other way. I'm just going to grab a few faces. Figure out where these are. There they are. Go over to my... grab all these guys here. Thank you, son.
Why do you do that?
I love you too, Papa.
Why do you have that right there?
Shh, hold on. Oh, what did I just do? So you remember the part where I said save and do it often? Yeah, it's stuff like this. Crud, I have no idea what I just did. I literally, man. Oh, thank you. Oh, my Lord have mercy. I was about to get all sorts of bent out of shape. I was about to get all sorts of bent out of shape. All right. Speaking of which, save and do it often. And it's all because my mouse loves to glitch. Scale. Let's go ahead and make it a little bit bigger. I think what I did yesterday is I think I fattened it up like this. And I tossed them. So let's see, scale. I played around with this image yesterday. And I hit a spot that I really liked. I think it was more like this, and I think I scaled it out a little more. Yeah, kind of like that. And I think I did something like this. Let's go back to these guys. Yeah, they're way too yellow, so let's go to scale. Let's fatten them up a little bit and then move them a little bit into here. All right. 3D object. Now let's... Whoa! What is selected back here? Well, that's not that big of a deal. That's supposed to have caution cone anyways. Kind of gives them a little interesting look anyways. I'm not too worried about that. I'm more or less worried. Yeah, I kind of like that a little better. I don't know. Any input to anyone that's in the office? Or the audience? Any input on what I should... If I should put the spikes to maybe a color or if it looks nice the way it is. Or any questions. I guess I should be asking that a little bit more. That way, if anyone needs me to slow down and repeat a step or attempt to follow along in their own, whatever, if they're making their own while I'm doing this, I don't mind going back and repeating. So I'm trying to think of other ideas that I would like to do to the side. I definitely need to make kind of blend this in a little bit more. I'll probably wind up pushing this over to the hull a little bit and then messing around with those letters so that it kind of blends in and goes to the dark side. But that way it kind of blends in a little bit. There we go. Let's see. Well, that's about it. It's getting late. So I'm probably going to call it there. If there was any other questions, I'm on Discord. And you can always PM me, holler at me. I'll probably pop back on and try to play a little bit more with it. And make it look a little bit better. Later, I need to design a station. So that's going to be my newest project, and that one I'm going to be doing from pretty much scrap. So that'll be a little bit fun to play with. But anyways, thanks for watching, everyone.